Fine. So let's start with the today's newspaper analysis. Can you all see the newspaper on your screen? Is it visible? Is newspaper visible to all of you on your screen now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So there's one more advertisement by Meta, which owns the WhatsApp. Yesterday only we have discussed that. This advertisement is related to the basics of cybersecurity. And in basics of cybersecurity, we know that those social media companies, the big social media companies like Twitter and WhatsApp, Facebook, all they are having the self-regulation and regulating body where they are trying to protect the data of their of the customers. So that's what you can see here. So WhatsApp is having a message which says that you message privately with multiple layer of protection. There is one term associated with the WhatsApp that is called as encryption. So WhatsApp use encryption while sending the messages so that the messages are not read by anyone else in the middle. So that is what is called as end-to-end encryption. आपने भी शायद देखा होगा WhatsApp पे it is mentioned that your messages are secured under end-to-end encryption. So today you will go and check it out. What is the meaning of this encryption? ये encryption क्या होता है? And how this encryption helps in protecting the message. That's what you should know as a UPSC aspirant. Now let's move on to the next page. Today is International Yoga Day. So Delhi government has given an advertisement with respect to yoga. 2 days back only I have asked you to go and check it out. How is working as a soft power for India at international level. तो इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे योगा एक सॉफ्ट पावर के तौर पे काम कर रहा है. तो वह कैसे काम कर रहा है वो आपको देखना जरूरी है. तो टू थिंग्स यू नीड टू नो. What is being soft power and how yoga is being acting as a soft power for India at international level. Apart from yoga, there are some other aspects also. There are some other steps which is also acting as a soft power for India. So that's what you need to check it out today. Now next is Prime Minister starts state visit to US. Stronger together in meeting shared challenges. So Indian Prime Minister is on the visit to the United States, and he will lead Yoga Day event at an United Nations headquarters today in Washington. And we all know, I have asked you to go and check it out. India-US bilateral relationship check करने के लिए मैंने बताया था. So that's what we can see here. What is mentioned here that the ties are multifaceted. मतलब India-US ties are multifaceted. Engagements deepening across the sector. That's what Narendra Modi says. So India US के जो relationship है, bilateral relationship, there are so many aspects of that we have a trade relations, we have a strategic relations, we also have technological relations, and all these the relations are being deepening. That's what Prime Minister has said. So just read this article to understand that what kind of relations we do have with America. China blocks US-India move at United Nations to blacklist 2611 plotter Sajid Mir. So United Nations में India is trying to list Sajid Mir as a terrorist in the United Nations resolution, but China has blocked it. As we all know that China is a member of United Nations Security Council. China is a permanent member of the United Nations Security Council. So if China vetoes such resolution, then of course what happens, such resolutions are not being passed. So China has always been blocking such type of initiative taken by India to list anyone as a terrorist in United Nations. तो इससे पहले भी बहुत बार चाइना ने ऐसे किया हुआ है. So one more time, China has blocked US India move at United Nations to blacklist 2611 plotter Sajid Mir. तो अभी बस आपको ध्यान में रखना है कि what kind of relations we do have with China. तो चाइना के साथ में हमारा रिलेशन कैसे, उसमें से एक पॉइंट ये भी है that China has always been blocking India's resolution in United Nations regularly if any resolution India wants to pass in United Nations. ये point आपको ध्यान में रखना है. अगर क्वेश्चन पूछा जाएगा तो you can add this point in your answer. Gandhi Peace Prize been given to Geeta Press. Opposite members in jury, Adil says, was kept in dark. तो गांधी पीस प्राइज जब गीता प्रेस को दिया गया था तो the member of the opposition party has kept in dark. That's what Adil Ranjan Chaudhary had said. So why is saying so? Just check it out. Now let's move on to the next page. Here there is a statement given by High Court in Delhi that imprisonment can't be prolonged only to teach accused a lesson. That's what the High Court has said, and it has granted bail to a man who was held for kidnapping. So just read this article कि कैसे हमारा criminal procedure code चलता है, आपको पता चल जाएगा. In the last 2 to 3 years, UPSC is asking questions related to the criminal procedures in India. Medical education is a challenging landscape, a changing landscape in India. GS paper 2 topic, issues related to development and management of education in India. So education में further, if we go in detail, then challenges with respect to the medical education in India, that is again one of the important challenge. Right now in India, we do have, the national eligibility test for, for medical exam, that is called as NEET exam. तो उसी से रिलेटेड एक आर्टिकल आया हुआ है. सो undergraduate medical education program is designed to create Indian medical graduates. So just read this article, that what this advertisement says. Kartavya path to get more vending zones and walkways. Anyone knows what is Kartavya path? Am I audible? So all of you, can you all hear my voice?
Yes, sir.
So what is Kartavya path? Anyone remember? Anyone knows about it? Nikita, any idea?
No, sir.
Okay. Kartavya path is the the street at Delhi where every day the Republic Day is celebrated. जो पहले राजपथ था और इंडिया गेट से लेके राष्ट्रपति भवन तक का जो रोड है, this road has been renamed by the current government as a Kartavya path, right? Do you know that, Nikita?
Okay, sir. Rajpath, I know already.
Yes, तो राजपथ का नाम इस गवर्नमेंट ने उसको चेंज करके कर्तव्य पथ रखा है. So that is, the Rajpath on which every day, every year the Republic Day is celebrated. So वहाँ पर every day people do visit in that area. तो वहाँ के there are so many vendors there. As we all know that in India, majority of the economic activities carried in informal sector. Street vendors are there, and street vendors are the vulnerable section of the society. So that's what you can say, that government is planning to give them more vending zones and walkways. So that is what is mentioned here. So initiatives taken by the government for the welfare of the street vendors, इसमें एक point आप add कर सकते हैं. Clear? Okay, now let's move on to the next page. Prime Minister said in US that I present my country to world as my country is and myself as I am. That's what Prime Minister has said in US. Karnataka government has launched the Anna Bhagya scheme, in which 10 kilogram of the rice is given to the to the BPL people every month. That is what is mentioned here. So such type of welfare schemes, such type of the schemes are being given by the states. In GS paper 2, there is a topic called various welfare schemes by the union and state government for the marginalized section of the society and issues related to their design and implementation. So as a UPSC aspirant, you need to know what are the issues associated with such type of welfare schemes. क्या ये ऐसे 10 किलोग्राम फ्री राइस देना चाहिए या नहीं देना चाहिए, right? So you need to know the issues about it. So please read this article to understand that what is the issue with respect to giving free rice to the people in Karnataka state. So both Congress as well as BJP lock horns with respect to the supply of the rice to the people in Karnataka. Now let's move to the today's editorial page. Today's editorial is with respect to the aviation in India, civil aviation in India. Two aircraft deals, Indigo and Air India, point to the potential of India's aviation market, but fears of a duopoly remain. I think in yesterday's newspaper, there was one news where, Indigo has bought two Airbuses. So two Airbuses उन्होंने क्या किया है, buy किया है. So buying of the two aircraft by Indigo and Air India, it points that कि Indian aviation market is a huge market. मतलब इंडिया में जो एरोप्लेन और एयर ट्रैफिकिंग के huge market है, but at the same time there may be a duopoly remain. Duopoly मतलब क्या? Anyone knows? You must be knowing what is monopoly. What is the meaning of the term called monopoly?
Yes, sir.
एकाधिकार in Hindi.
Yes, एकाधिकार मतलब किसी एक कंपनी या किसी एक व्यक्ति का ही उसमें डोमिनेंस है. जैसे कि रिलायंस इंडस्ट्रीज हैविंग अ मोनोपोली इन टेलीकॉम इंडस्ट्री, ऐसा कहा जाता है. उसी तरीके से एविएशन मार्केट में भी डियोपोली हो सकता है. डियोपोली मतलब क्या? ओनली टू कंपनीज might be dominating the aviation sector. That is what is mentioned here, that these two companies, that is Indigo and Air India, might be creating duopoly if they buy these two aircraft. So what are the potential of Indian aviation market, as well as what are the challenges? One of the important challenges, the challenge of duopoly. Got it? तो ये आपको GS paper 3 में add करना है. Civil aviation industry could be a possibility that in mains exam UPSC might ask you a question with respect to the civil aviation market in India and challenges in front of the civil aviation market. तो आज ChatGPT में आप सर्च कर लीजिए potential of the India's aviation market and challenges. Clear? What will you search in ChatGPT?
Yes, sir.
चलिए. Now let's move on to the next page. The new asana with yoga going global. The challenge is now to ensure standards. As I told you, yoga is working like a soft power for India, and yoga has become a global, the activity now. And but at the same time, when the yoga is being global, the challenge is to ensure the standard. मतलब योगा के जो अलग-अलग standard है उसको maintain करना जरूरी है. Otherwise, what is happening? People are making modification and changes in the ways the asanas are being performed in their own way. So that is why maintaining the standard is also a great challenge as per Vinay Sahasrabudhe and Manjunath Sharma. So please, read this article to understand that how yoga is acting as a soft power, but at the same time, what are the challenges in ensuring the standards of yoga? Gita Press related article आए हैं. Some people are opposing that Gita Press has been given the Gandhi Peace Prize, and some people are supporting the decision of the government to give the Gita Press Peace Award. That's what it is mentioned there. So please read both point of view, that why few people believe that giving a peace prize to Gita Press is not a good idea, and why it is a good idea. Bhupendra Yadav is a government minister. Of course, he will support the idea. And Akshay Akshay Mukul, he has deposed it, giving the peace prize to Geeta Press. Anyone knows Geeta Press is located in which city of India? कहाँ गीता प्रेस है इंडिया में? आपने कभी देखा है गीता प्रेस की भगवत गीता कभी खरीदी है आपने? Have you ever read Gita? Gita Press is located in Gorakhpur in UP, which is a place of Chief Minister of UP, Yogi Adityanath. And that is the reason why the opposition party is opposing it. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Chale. Now next article is on the explain page is about heat wave deaths. In yesterday's newspaper, I told you that heat waves are a common phenomena in North India, and heat waves are again one of the important disaster which happens on regular basis in India in every the summer. So heat wave deaths, why heat stroke kills and how to stay safe. That is what is explained here. तो हीट वेव्स एक डिजास्टर है, हर साल हीट वेव से, बिकॉज हीट वेव इज अगेन एन एक्सट्रीम वेदर फेनोमेना, एक्सट्रीम वेदर फेनोमेना लाइक साइक्लोन के जैसे ही हीट वेव भी एक वेदर फेनोमेना है, और उस वेदर फेनोमेना की वजह से बहुत सारे लोगों की डेथ होती है. सो हाउ सच डेथ्स कैन बी प्रिवेंटेड, हाउ दिस डिजास्टर कैन बी मैनेज्ड, दैट्स व्हाट यू कैन कम टू नो बाय रीडिंग दिस आर्टिकल. सो जीएस पेपर 3 टॉपिक डिजास्टर एंड डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट, तो उसमें ये आपके लिए यूजफुल होगा. Now India-US bilateral relationship again. Yesterday there was article on the same India-US bilateral relationship. What was that article related to in yesterday's newspaper? Anyone remember? Today is the part 2 of that series of the articles which is written between India and US relationship. कल का part 1 था. In part 1 किससे related information दी गई थी कल, अगर आपने न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ा है तो. And I have asked you to cut that article also. Anyone remember? It means that you people are not reading newspaper seriously, or you are not reading newspaper regularly. Yes? Anant, Sagar, Pooja, have you attended yesterday's class?
सर मैंने क्लास नहीं कर पाई थी कल भी.
आपने नहीं किया था. अगर आप क्लास नहीं भी अगर कर पाते हो किसी वजह से, बाद में आपको न्यूज़पेपर देखना ही है पूजा. नो, आई ऑलवेज से दैट डोंट मिस न्यूज़पेपर, नॉट अ सिंगल डे. आपको मिस नहीं करना है, क्योंकि इफ यू मिस द न्यूज़पेपर देन यू माइट मिस एन वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इंफॉर्मेशन व्हिच माइट हो सकता है एग्जाम हॉल में उसी पे क्वेश्चन पूछा जाए, और एग्जाम हॉल में 1 या 2 मार्क्स से अगर आप रह जाएंगे तो वो क्वेश्चन सॉल्व न करने की वजह से रह जाएंगे. क्लियर? In yesterday's newspaper there was one news article on the same page, मतलब explain page पे एक article लिखा था with respect to the India-US trade relationship. इंडिया और यूएस का ट्रेड रिलेशनशिप कैसे उसमें एक्सप्लेन किया था, और कल के न्यूज़पेपर में मैंने आपको बताया भी था कि इंडिया यूएस के बायलैटरल ट्रेड रिलेशनशिप में इंडिया इज हैविंग अ सरप्लस, मतलब हम वी एक्सपोर्ट मोर टू इंडिया एंड वी इंपोर्ट लेस फ्रॉम, वी एक्सपोर्ट मोर टू यूएसए एंड इंपोर्ट लेस फ्रॉम यूएसए. तो इंडिया और यूएसए का जो ट्रेड है वो इंडिया के फेवर में है, एंड ट्रेड में भी मैक्सिमम हम सर्विसेज एक्सपोर्ट करते हैं यूएस को, राइट? तो वो कल बताया गया था. तो आज के पार्ट 2 में क्या बताया गया कि इंडिया यूएस के बायलैटरल रिलेशनशिप में ट्रस्ट एंड नेसेसिटी इज अगेन वन ऑफ द इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग, मतलब बोथ द कंट्रीज ट्रस्ट ईच अदर एंड देयर इज अ नेसेसिटी. एंड व्हाट इज दैट नेसेसिटी? टू काउंटर द चाइना इन एशिया. चाइना को एशिया में काउंटर करने की नेसेसिटी की वजह से both the countries are coming together and both the countries are having a good relationship. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So that is what is mentioned here. Washington's, that is US, Washington's strategic embrace to New Delhi owes both to bilateral efforts and geopolitical concern. Some divergence remains, but ultimately mutual interest can be accepted to trump other issues. मतलब इंडिया और यूएस के बीच में ट्रस्ट और की जरूरी है, एट द सेम टाइम नेसेसिटी इज आल्सो देयर. ठीक है? So please read this article. That understand what kind of relations we do have with USA. Question can be asked to you in mains exam. Amitabh Sinha has written an article on the next climate meeting. Anyone remember last year in which city the climate meet was held? Which was coming in newspaper continuously. Sahil, do you remember that? Last year when we were reading the newspaper regularly, the United Nations का जो climate meeting हो रहा था वो कौन सी city में हो रहा था? I think it was held in Glasgow, right? Sahil?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right? Now the next coming meeting, आने वाली जो meeting है वो Bonn में होगी. Bonn is a city, I think it is in Germany. So at Bonn climate meet, at upcoming meet, what are the old conflict and what is the some forward moment? Anyone knows ये climate meeting में कौन से चीजों पे conflict है या कौन से चीजों पे discussion होता है? Glasgow meeting में भी हमने देखा था कि there are 4 to 5 points on which there is a conflict between the developing countries and developed countries with respect to the climate change and global warming. Last year जब ये मीटिंग हो रहे थे तो उस समय मैंने एक्सप्लेन किया था which are those 4 to 5 points and 4 to 5 issues जहां पर conflicts है between developed countries and underdeveloped countries. The first point of conflict is the transfer of technology, green technology. Second is green climate fund. Third is the differential responsibility. That is, the developed countries should take more responsibility, while the underdeveloped countries take less responsibility with respect to the carbon emission target. Right? I will be discussing in detail about the conflicts at the climate change meetings. वो हम discuss करेंगे detail में, but अभी आज आपको ध्यान में रखना है कि there are certain conflicts. These are again a very old conflicts, but there is a way forward as well. So what is the way forward and what are the conflicts in climate change meeting? That's what you can come to know. GS paper 3 में topic है global warming, climate change, conservation, etc. तो उस ये article आपके लिए useful होगा. That what are the issues or what are the conflicts at the global climate meeting and what is the way forward. Clear? I think yesterday also there was an article which is mentioned that the commitments or the targets which has been signed in Paris meeting, जो Paris Pact में जो target जो लिखा गया था वो अचीव नहीं हो पा रहा है और वो अचीव नहीं हो पा रहा है इसकी वजह से there is a need to have adaptation for the changing climate, right? तो वही यहाँ पर explain किया गया. Please read this article to understand that what are those conflicts at global warming and climate change meeting. Today's economic page. RBI defends compromise settlement, says the lenders to exercise discretion. So last week RBI has decided to go for compromise settlement for the willful defaulters. Willful defaulters के लिए एक compromise settlement declare किया गया था जिसपे बहुत बड़े पैमाने पे टिका हुई है, बहुत बड़े पैमाने पे criticism हुआ है that those people who are willful defaulters उन्हें compromise करके settlement किया जा रहा है. So RBI says that RBI has defended that compromise settlement decision and it says that the lenders is going to exercise the discretion. Lender means those who give the loans like commercial banks, NBFCs, etc. So जिन्होंने loan दिया है, they will take a decision whether to have a compromise settlement or not. So as per RBI, it is a valid resolution mechanism. That's what the central bank has said. Report by G20 group on MDB to be in 2 parts. That what NK Singh had said. So G20 export group on strengthening the multilateral development banks. All of you please note it down. आज आपको जाकर चेक करना है कि व्हाट आर दिस मल्टीलैटरल डेवलपमेंट बैंक्स, एमडीबीज। तो एमडीबीज को स्ट्रेंथन करने के लिए एक रिपोर्ट सबमिट किया जाएगा बाय द G20 group. That's what is explained here. So as a UPSC aspirant, you need to know what are these MDBs, that is multilateral development banks, and how these multilateral development banks are going to address the issues of the developing countries and developed countries in G20. I hope all of you people might be knowing what is G20, what is G20 group of countries, which countries are there in G20, and what are the mandate and what are the objective of the G20. That's what you need to know. अगर आपको नहीं पता है तो आज आप जाकर चेक करेंगे चैट जीपीटी में, you can search it out, G20 group of countries. Then we can also search the mandate of the G20 group of countries and which countries are the part of the G20. UPSC has already asked question on this, but as a UPSC aspirant, you need to know about what is G20. We have already discussed a lot in the previous year. So इस बार those who don't know about it, they will go and check it out again, and जिन्होंने last year देखा था, they will revise it again. Was there any question in DCS with respect to IIFL, Sagar? इस साल के प्रीलिम्स एग्जाम में IIFL पे क्वेश्चन पूछा गया था शायद. Anyone knows what is IIFL? ठीक है, go and check it out. What is IIFL and what made IIFL security share 16% explain किया गया है. बट एनीवेज आपको ये आर्टिकल पढ़ने की जरूरत नहीं है. IIFL क्या है वो आपको देखना है. इस साल के प्रीलिम्स एग्जाम में यूपीएससी ने क्वेश्चन पूछा था इस टॉपिक पर. क्लियर? Am I audible to all of you?
Yes.
चलिए, so we'll stop it here now. Note down the topics which you need to study today. IIFL आपको देखना है. Then you will also go and check it out what is G20 and MDB, multilateral development banks क्या है वो आपको चेक करना है. Then Bonn climate meeting, conflicts and forward moment, ये आपको देखना है. What are the conflicts at the climate meeting and what is the way forward. Then India US trust necessity, heat waves as a disaster management. Then challenges to the civil aviation industry in India, ये आपको चेक करना है. Yes, these are the topics which you need to do today as a background preparation for prelims and mains exam point of view. Any doubts? Hello, I'm audible. Any doubts, Priyanka, Anant, for the today's session? Fine. So आज आपको you have to take out at least 1 hour for studying these points, studying these topics which I have suggested you to read them. Every day अगर आप ये 4-5 point करते जाएंगे तो you don't need to read the current affair magazine separately. You will be making your own notes, organize it properly, topic wise and section wise and subject wise. उन notes को आप separately उसको organize कर लीजिए, and before prelims exam just उसको revision करना है आपको, and mains exam से पहले भी आपको revision करना है. Clear?
Yes,
This is
sir.
what you are going to do every day. Morning I will be reading the newspaper. I will be giving around जो भी important है syllabus point of view, previous question paper के trend के हिसाब से I will be giving some topics for background preparation. वो background preparation आपको करना है. Clear?
Okay, sir.
Chal. So have a good day to all of you. See you in the evening today. All of you please join evening class. Probably I will be ending the question paper discussion today in the evening, and tomorrow onwards we will be starting the basic classes.